Will you all please rise?
Oh, yeah, thank you. What I
Is that the
Kingsbury
microphone?
Chase VFW Post 1141 raises our flag. And the national anthem being played by Taylor McKenzie and Emma Enix.
Good.
Practice.
Good.
I love
that.
Thanks.
This afternoon's game. It's the Smith Center Redmen with a 4-1 record. Salina Sacred Heart 2-3. And like we said, this is the first round of District 5 action.
I wonder if Andy knew what tribe that was from. Andrew, have the speaker.
Yeehaw! It's time for some knee-slapping comedy as the Hillbillies have invaded the drama department once again of the Smith Center High School. Only this time they're headed for Beverly Hills, California. Make sure to mark your calendars for Saturday, November 10th and Sunday, November 11th. As Jed, Granny, LMA, Jethro, Cousin Pearl, and a whole passel of characters grace the Smith Center High School auditorium for a night of fun and laughter when the Smith Center High School, under the direction of Marcia Allen, present David Rogers' adaptation of the Beverly Hillbillies, created by Paul Henning. We know it's a show you will not want to miss. Hope to see you all there. We also would like to wish Alan Donovan a happy birthday today. So if you see him maybe after the game, wish him a happy birthday. We really appreciate all that Alan does for us. He and Mr. Hobelman and Mrs. Hobelman and the TV crew. So if you get a chance, just say happy birthday to Alan. Right time to thank our coaches in tonight's games. Salina Sacred Heart, assistant coaches Jordy Webb, Travis Adamson, Michael Broom, Shane Richards, and head coach Garrett Golansky. Able to dismiss Center Redmen assistant coaches Brock Hutchison, Mike Rogers, Sean Stansbury, and head coach Darren Sass. Thank you guys for putting in the time and effort to be with our young people. We greatly appreciate that. Attention students, there also will be a fifth quarter tonight at the Nazarene Church. That'll begin after the football game and run till 8:30 tonight because of the time change. So it'll be a little earlier this evening.
Dang. That's mine.
No, it's in me.
Back up. Back up. Not right there.
Maggie, where are you?
My hair fine. Curly cues are coming out. We still got 2 minutes. More of us. Yeah, 4 shirts.
I had to stop during. I was like,
Vanessa's like, dang.
Vanessa was doing tomahawk with her green.
Yeah, I didn't know.
She had her green like this. It was going like this. I was laughing at you. I thought Maggie was telling you that though.
It's fine. No, it's not. We'll throw sugar. Alright, get it. Get it.
Salina Sacred Heart wins the toss, elects to receive.
And then it's off. And then gave it to Charlie.
No, Charlie did.
Yeah, and then
The Redmen getting set here. And
Set to kick off for the Redmen be Sergio Lambert.
Bill has done a nice job so far. Good job for him. I'm sure the Coach Sass would like him to get a little bit more leg into his kick to put the ball. But up. It's 27 yards. Wakely quickly and decent starting field position for him. This ball game, they go twins to the left, twins to the right. Changes the play, does Anderson. A couple on the play, up to close to bring up second down. Set offset high. They're going to hand it off to Garcia off the right side. He's going to quickly going to pick up a couple on the play. Getting a couple yards here for that offense. Line through there, got some good yards off of it. Just a little bit shy of that first down marker though. So 3rd down and 1 as Winters runs off. Man to the right, man to the left. Offset high formation this time for the Knights. Anderson going to keep it himself, goes right up the middle, and let's see here. It looks like it's going to be just short of that first down marker as we see Timmons and Atwood coming off the bottom of that pile. No real surprise there that Jaden Atwood and Joel Montgomery tearing stuff up right away.
They were. And we'll try to. But Montgomery.
Defensive tackle position. Atwood. As it looks like they're going to go trips to the. Nope, now they're going to go. Well, let's see. Now they're going to go. That is a Skidmore, I believe, to the left. Trips to the right. Anderson's going to stand in shotgun with Garcia to his right. Anderson goes right.
I think he did lose a couple on that one as Anderson looked like it was supposed to be maybe an option type play as he went to hand the ball off there late and drilled.
So 1st and 10 with 10:35 this first quarter. The Redmen start with the ball at the 32-yard line as they come out. Trenton Colby, there's a handoff to Maxwell. He's going to fall at 35 up to the 33-yard line.
34. Pick up a 3, 2nd down 7.
And start yard line. So, going to be run off the left side this time. Gain of a couple on the play.
I believe it was Maxwell again. Yep, it was Maxwell again going right through the middle. So the Redmen getting that early and just trying to get those.
set behind him. The Cougars split out to the right. There's the snap. They're going to hand it off to Maxwell yet again. Line of scrimmage. 5 up to about the 20.
23. First and 10, Smith Center.
Let's go, Redmen! Break through!
Catcher back there for the ball. Ref turn start.
To the Sacred Heart Knights. We'll take a time for Redmond football right after this. As you're listening.
I'd like to thank all of our sponsors for everything you've done for this year. We're trying to raise some money for a new camera, so I'm hoping that people can contribute and get things. Send us some money. It's my birthday, so what I'm asking for my birthday is to have people send $5, $10, $50, $20, $50, or $100,000 so we can buy a new camera. That's all I ask for. Not much, but hey, gonna go for it. Never hurts to try. You never know what you're going to get until you ask for it. So you're watching Redmen football on www.usd237.com and Next Tech Channel 165. If you want to send money, send it to Smith Center Junior Senior High School, 600 Roger Barter Way, Smith Center, Kansas 66967. I'm sorry, that's 300 Roger Barter Way. Here we go. Redmen rocking.
Redmen, what is your profession? Get out there!
First and 10, Knights at their own, call it 28-yard line.
Here we go, dude!
Oh my God, you should.
touchdown at the 23. 51-yard punt.
Ready? Okay. Get in there, get tough. Come on, Red, show your stuff. Get in there, get tough. Come on, Red, show your stuff. Get in there, get tough. Come on, Red, show your stuff. Get in there, get tough. Come on, Red, show your stuff.
To remind all students, there will be a fifth quarter after tonight's game at the Nazarene Church. It'll run till 8:30. Set for kick, Sergio Lambert.
Redmen, what is your profession?
Penalty on the play. Legal procedure on the Redmen. Atwood and Kugler. First and 10 Sacred Heart at their own 37-yard line. Head out to Garcia. Pick up a 4, second down 6. Garcia picks up the air and snap. Brought down by Zabel and Peterson. Third down, 7.
Nothing. Going to be third down, and we'll call it 7. As it's going to be one man split out to the left, twins to the right. Garcia stands to the right of Anderson in shotgun. Getting the Knights go left to right on your radio dial with the Redmen up 14-0. Anderson back to pass. Loses the handle on the ball, and that's going to be an incomplete pass as he was in his passing motion. But either way, it is going to be fourth down for the Knights.
Well, and that ball might be getting a little slicked on, as well as that fog we mentioned in pregame. Rolling in here a little bit, starting to cover, make a little bit of a fog out there. So that ball might be getting a little bit slick on it. So the Knights have to be careful of that.
So it's going to bring up fourth down and 7 as Benoit and Colby go back deep to receive the punt for the Redmen. Lenners back to punt for the Knights. Gets this punt off. A booming punt here by Lenners as he's going to drop this one inside the 20, and it's going to go touchback. So what a great punt that time by Trace Lenners. That was a booming spiral punt.
Trace Lenners is a punter for sure, as that one was a gorgeous punt. It had the height, it had the distance. It was the perfect spiral that you want out of a punter, and it was well over top of the returner's head. So great punt by Lenners. Looking field position again.
So the Redmen get the ball at their own 25-yard line to start this drive with 6:04 left to go in this first quarter. Redmen lead it 14-0. Wishbone set behind Trenton Colby. There's the snap. They're going to hand it off to Maxwell. Maxwell breaks the first tackle and then spun down inside across the 30 up to about the 32-yard, or across the 25 up to about the 27-yard line, I should say.
Tough run for Maxwell. Got hit at the line of scrimmage, spun off the tacklers to get the yards that he got. But Maxwell doing everything he could to get those yards. The Sacred Heart Knights doing a great job making sure they're tough yards.
So it's going to bring up second down and 7 after the 3-yard run by Maxwell. Buckmaster split out to the right. Wishbone set behind Trenton Colby. There's a snap from Montgomery. They come off the left side with Peterson. And he's going to pick up a couple on the play, as this time the Knights in the backfield, that was Lenners that hit him first.
Peterson had a nice hole open up for him, but it was closed down quickly by Sacred Heart. If Peterson would have hit that hole just a couple seconds sooner, he might have been off to the races, but either way, the Knights quickly closing down the hole on him.
5 minutes and counting left to go here in the first quarter. The Smith Center Redmen lead it 14-0. Buckmaster split out to the right. Mossa tied in on the left side. Wishbone set behind Trenton Colby. Colby awaits the snap from Montgomery. There it is. They hand it off to Peterson off the left side again. He's going to dive forward. He's going to be short of that first down marker, though.
Watching Holman and Timmons there on that side. They are just blowing their defensemen as the line up in front of them, blowing them out of the water there. And it's a linebacker stepping up, filling that hole. So the linebacker's doing a great job reading that and getting in there and making a stop before they can get anything going.
Fourth down and 1 for the Redmen as Buckmaster split out to the right. Aaron Mossa tied in on the left side. Again, Wishbone set behind Trenton Colby. That is Peterson, Maxwell, and Colby Benoit in the Wishbone set behind Trenton Colby. They're going to hand it off to Maxwell. He fights forward, and it looks like, according to this near ref, that he did get the first down, but we'll await the official word here.
I did see a flag come flying in there. Might be holding, as I might have seen Holman's arm kind of wrap up the defender, but I'm not exactly 100% sure as it happened. It was kind of a quick boom, boom play.
It is holding on to the Redmen. So that'll push the Redmen back here. See if Coach Sass decides to go for it again, if he'll bring Logan Zabel into punt. Trenton Colby looks to the sideline. Now Zabel does come in. So I'm sure they'll probably punt this ball away.
as that would be a smart move on this one, as you're backed up quite a bit here. Don't give up good field position in case you don't get the first down. So punt it out there, try to flip the field position back to Sacred Heart.
Winters back to receive the punt for the Knights. Zabel back deep to punt for the Redmen. 4:10 left to go here in the first quarter. The Smith Center Redmen lead at 14-0. Zabel's got all day back there. End over end punt to Linders right at the 41. He's buried right there at the 41 as Montgomery and Maxwell there to bring him down.
There was nowhere for him to go on that one, as both the Redmen there kind of teamed up and went shoulder to shoulder and just put him in the middle and rolled him up and put him down with Linders. So the Redmen quickly to cover that. Linders probably should have used that fair catch and made sure they didn't get hit. But either way, he held on to the ball. That's the important part for him, and gets the ball back.
Best starting field position for the Knights so far at their own 40-yard line as Sacred Heart goes left to right on your radio dial. 4:03 left to go in the first quarter. 14-0 is our score. The Smith Center Redmen lead the Sacred Heart Knights. Linders and Skidmore will be split out to the right. Offset I formation behind Anderson. He sends Skidmore in motion right to left. Anderson gets under center. There's the snap. He's going to hand it off to Garcia off the left side, and he's going to be met quickly. Hobelman there along with Moss as well.
Garcia's trying to get those yards, but this Redmond team very quickly getting in there and stuffing the holes and putting them down, as that was Holtman that came in from the far side on that one, clear to the other side and bringing them down.
3:43 left to go in the first quarter. 14-0 is our score. The Smith Center Redmen lead the Sacred Heart Knights. Linders split out to the right. Going to be split out to the left is Skidmore. Garcia stands to the right of Anderson. He drops back, looks right, looks left. Now he feels the pressure. He rolls out right and going to throw it over the head of Linders out of bounds. And it will be third down.
Has Linders done the right thing there, seeing his quarterback scrambling, stopped and turned back to him, gave him his chest. But Anderson just launching that ball up in the air, getting it high up and going out of bounds, getting rid of it. So either way, he had the option to go to his wide receiver, but he chose to put it out of bounds instead.
So it's going to be a trip to the left, one man to the right. Anderson stands in shotgun with Garcia to his right as Butts and Anderson communicate here. Butts decided his hands were getting a little wet from that ball, or from the game so far, and needed to dry off a little bit. Looks like the ref's going to dry the ball off a little bit here too.
Which, like I said, it looks like that fog's rolling in here a little bit more, which is going to create that ball to get a little bit more slick, which the Redmond coaches, they're excited for it. Sacred Heart coaches, they're dreading it. So kind of a catch-22 here with this fog, but they may have to give the center a towel as well so he can dry his hands off in between times. But either way, right idea by the ref and blowing that ball dead.
So Anderson under pressure, and he's going to be brought down in the backfield. Huge loss on the play as Montgomery and Atwood in there, as Anderson doing a good job of catching the ball. And then he was just buried back there by Atwood, Peterson, and Montgomery.
Well, at first, when I first seen that, I thought it might have been tipped by someone, how that ball came out of there, but it was just a bad snap. Anderson doing a good job of gathering that snap up, as it was probably at least a full arm's length away from him, and he just grabbed one hand. Otherwise, I thought that thing was tipped, or they might have been trying to run the flea flicker there. Wasn't exactly sure.
Linders back to punt. Gets a nice punt off here again as Benoit going to try to field this one. Does so at his own 25, loses it, and he's going to dive on it inside the 20 at about the 18-yard line, it looks like.
As Benoit was getting ready to catch that one, it took an awkward bounce and went right past his arm, and I think it might have hit his arm just a little bit, so he had to jump on top of that one. So good heads-up play by Benoit. Unfortunately for him, that ground made it take an awkward bounce and wasn't able to get anything off of it.
They're going to mark it dead at the 19-yard line, so that's where the Redmen will start this drive at their own 19 as they go right to left on your radio dial. 2:42 left to go in the first quarter. The Smith Center Redmen lead 14-0 over the Sacred Heart Knights. The Redmen come out with Buckmaster split out to the right. Aaron Moss will be the tight end on the left side. Wishbone set behind Trenton Colby. That is Peterson, Maxwell, and Benoit in the wishbone set behind Trenton Colby. There's a snap from Montgomery. They're going to hand it off to Maxwell, and he's going to be hitting the backfield this time.
I don't think Maxwell got anything on that one, as that was a tough run for Maxwell. Looks like Sacred Heart defensive tackles took out the legs of the Redmond offensive line, and Maxwell had nowhere to go.
So we're going to say no gain on the play. Second down and 10. 2:20 left to go here in the first quarter. The Smith Center Redmen lead the Sacred Heart Knights 14-0. This time, Griffin Kugler going to be split out to the left. He's covered up by Buckner out there on the far side. Wishbone set behind Trenton Colby. They go with the hard count to the Redmen, and it works. So that'll bring up second down and 5.
Well, that hard count, we really haven't seen that going through when they played throughout the MCL schools. Now that they're getting to districts, they pull it out of the hat, and it works the first time perfectly.
So it's going to bring up second down and 5 with 2:03 left to go in the first quarter. The Smith Center Redmen lead the Sacred Heart Knights 14-0 here at Hubbard Stadium. Kugler split out to the right. Again, it is Buckner guarding him out there on the far side. Wishbone set behind Trenton Colby. Colby gets the snap from Montgomery. They go off the right side as Trenton Colby going to keep it himself around the right side. Breaks the first tackle, dives forward. He's going to pick up the first down. And it looks like he's going to be just outside the 35-yard line. Looks like they're going to mark him down about the 34.
As I'm sure Colby is hoping that they gave him a slide as well, as he slid another 5 yards on that one as he hit the ground. Otherwise, Colby, nice run, just got his leg tripped up.
Kugler comes out. Minute 35 and counting left to go in the first quarter. The Smith Center Redmen lead the Sacred Heart Knights 14-0 here at Hubbard Stadium on this Friday afternoon. Buckmaster split out to the right. Aaron Mossa tied in on the left side. Wishbone set behind Trenton Colby. There's the snap. They hand it off to Peterson off the left side. Breaks the first tackle. Cuts back. Still on his feet. Peterson at the 50. He's at the 45-40. One man to beat. He's got a blocker. He's at the 25-20. 15-10-5. Touchdown Redmen.
Ethan Peterson with a big run, but the big block comes out there to Reese Buckmaster. The wide receiver coming across the field had one defender. Instead of trying to hit him, just got there and cut off the path. Great job by Buckmaster out there in open field where the ref, if he sees you hit him, he's going to launch that flag. So great job by Buckmaster on just getting into the path, slowing the defender down. Otherwise, Peterson might have been caught, but Ethan Peterson, great run. Great job by the guy, big boys up front, opening up that hole for Peterson to go through as well.
So, minute 10 left to go here in the first quarter. That was a 3-play drive that went 81 yards for the Redmen as Lambert out to kick. And they're going to go for 2 as Colby looks in the end zone for Buckmaster, and he bangs it in. 2-point conversion is good as Buckmaster had to bobble that, was able to bring it down. 2-point conversion is good.
Well, Buckmaster had a huge block out there out front for him to get him into the end zone. Gave him the reward on the 2-point play as he had a bobble out, as it might have been tipped a little bit. Put good hand-eye coordination there by Buckmaster. Dropped down to his knees to catch that ball. Good play there by the Redmen.
So it makes it 22-0. The Smith Center Redmen now lead the Sacred Heart Knights with a minute 10 left to go in the first quarter. We'll be back with more from Hubbard Stadium right after this as you're listening to Redmen Football on 92.5 KQMA.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Score of note and district pride action. Halftime, Salina 22. Excuse me, 27. Republic County nothing.
Redmen! What is your
Getting set to tee things off this time. The Smith Center Redmen lead the Sacred Heart Knights 22-0 as Lambert has kicked it to about the 20 every time. We'll see what Moss can do here, see if he can pin him a little bit deeper. As Moss's kick does go deep, and Lenners picks it up at the 15. He's up to the 20, gets a block 25, still on his feet up to the 30. So it looks like that's about where they're going to mark him down.
As I'm guessing switching there between Lambert and Moss is strictly for that reason. Moss has a little bit bigger foot and can put him a little bit deeper, as Lambert's been doing a good job, but might as well try to pin him back as far as you can.
Well, they started at their 28, their 27, their 37, their 40, and now at their 30. So that 40 was the punt. That's where that one started.
It's been pretty consecutive on where they've started then, but the Redmond defense able to slow them up and get them on that fourth down possession. So doing a good job there for the Redmond defense.
So the Knights come out with a Skidmore to the left. Also running out to the left, it looks like that might have been Gilliland. Twins to the right. Anderson stands in shotgun, looks right, looks left, feels the pressure by Holman, and Holman's going to bring him down again. There is a flag on the play, so we'll see what the dirty laundry is all about.
Well, it's in the realm of holding anyways. The ref gave the signal, but I had a big old lineman in the way, so I'm not sure what he called.
So we'll wait to see here, as it is going to be holding on the Knights. So that'll push them back if that's what the Redmen decide to do. Although with that sack, they may just say, you know what, bring up second down.
That's exactly what the Redmen are doing. Not a bad idea there because, I mean, it's about the same distance if you push them back in from where it was at to where they're at, so it didn't really cost anything to go to second down.
The Redmen now come out with a three-man front. Spees, the nose tackle, Montgomery and Holman, the defensive ends, as Garcia gets the handoff, lowers his shoulder, and he's going to pick up a couple on the play.
That three-man front, something different. We haven't seen that with the Redmen, I don't think, this year anyways.
As they're bringing out more linebackers to try to cover up some of these receivers.
Well, Sacred Heart, all they've done so far really is they've just done some quick plays through the middle, so makes sense to bring out some more linebackers to cover up that middle.
So the linebackers right now are Peterson, Zabel, Moss, and Maxwell. As Anderson brings trips right, one man to the left, he rolls to his right, he's under pressure by Holman again. Anderson gets the pass off, and it's picked up by Zabel. Zabel's got blockers in front of him, he's at the 30-25, still on his feet, and breaks another tackle as Zabel all the way up to the 20 before he's finally brought down inside the 20. What a great pick by Logan Zabel, his second of the season, and a great return.
Zabel read that perfectly, jumped in front of the last second, took off with it, had one defender catch him on his hips, thought he was going to bring him down, but Zabel just kind of stopped and let that defender just slide on the grass and took off the other way on him. So Zabel using the grass and the wetness to his advantage on that one.
So the ball is going to be at the Knights 17-yard line. By far the best starting field position for the Redmen with 11 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. The Redmen have it 1st and 10 from the Sacred Heart 17. It looks like Kugler split out to the right. Wishbone set behind Trenton Colby. That is Maxwell, Peterson, and Benoit. There's a snap to Colby. Hands it off to Benoit. Benoit breaks the first tackle, and he's still dragging some Knight players and finally brought down close to the first down marker. Looks like they're going to mark him at about the 10-yard line. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 3 when we come back. After the first quarter, the Smith Center Redmen lead the Sacred Heart Knights 22-0. We'll take the timeout here. We'll be back with second quarter action as you're listening to Redmen football on 92.5 KQMA.
Go!
Sports next week's the week. We've got a full array of sports next week. Junior high football Monday, high school volleyball Tuesday at Smith Center, junior high football is at Smith Center, and Thursday MCL volleyball
22-0. So it looks like Buckmaster going to be split out to the right. Wishbone set behind Trenton Colby with the Aaron Moss split out to the left. The Wishbone is Peterson, Maxwell, and Benoit. Colby gets the snap from Montgomery. They hand it off to Maxwell. Lowers the shoulder, bowls over 3 defenders. It gets inside the 5, down to the 4. 1st and goal from the 4-yard line. So 1st and goal for the Redmen. With 11:55 and counting left to go here into this first half. The Smith Center Redmen lead the Sacred Heart Knights 22-0. As it looks like Kugler going to be split out to the right. Aaron Mossa tied in on the left side. Wishbone set behind Trenton Colby. There's a snap from Montgomery. They hand it off to Colby Benoit. Cuts inside. Touchdown, Redmen.
Quick run by Colby Benoit. Able to slip through the line very quickly as he had no one in front of him. So good run by Colby Benoit. Good job by the big boys up front to open up that hole.
So a 4-yard run by Colby Benoit. He gets his second touchdown of the first half. And it puts the Smith Center Redmen up 28-0. With 11:36 left to go here in the first half. Redmen come out to kick the extra point. As it looks like Lambert comes back out to kick. There's a snap. Hold is down. Kick is up. And this one is going to be no good.
As I believe that was Lambert's first miss here so far. And, you know, this might be the first time that he's had a kick in this volume with the grass and everything. So might alter his steps just a little bit.
We'll be back with more Redmen football right after this as you listen to Redmen football 92.5 at KQMA.
Yes, you're watching Redmen football on www.usd237.com.org and XX Channel 165. I hope you all can come out and enjoy some football and some volleyball this next week. We'll be trying to stream and broadcast from wherever we're at. As always, we're working on getting more extra money for a camera. Let me see if I can find my sponsors. And Lady Red is ranked 4th this week, so KVA, go Lady Red, go Redmen.
Backed off a 3-play drive that went 17 yards in 35 seconds. Benoit and Peterson both with 2 touchdowns here in the first half. We have some changes here. Zabel comes in on the kick team as Trenton Colby comes out. We saw Jacob Kirchhoff go into the game as well, and Colby Benoit coming to the sideline. Is Lambert getting set to kick. Back deep is Lenners. And it looks like a power back deep as well. So the Knights changing things up here a little bit. Moss holds, Lambert kicks, and it looks like Lenners is going to pick it up at the 15. He's up to the 20, cuts back 25, and going to be brought down just shy of the 30.
Lenners doing a nice job there as he started one way, then cut back, trying to just throw the Redmen off there a little bit. Able to do so. 2 of the Redmen staying home, though, and bringing Lenners down.
So 1st and 10 for the Knights at their own 28-yard line with 11:31 left to go here in this first half. The Knights, well, they're still looking for their first down of this ball game. As the Redmen doing a nice job. Turnover on downs, punt, interception so far.
Well, the Redmen defense showing up here again in this game, doing what they need to do to create these stops and make the Sacred Hearts offense try to figure something out.
Skidmore split out to the left, Winters to the right. Pistol set for Anderson as the fullback stands to his left. They hand it off to the fullback, and he's going to be brought down in the backfield as that is Kaiser on the carry. And it looks like Atwood, the first one to hit him. So call a gain of 1, 2nd down and 9. Ball going to be spotted at the Knights 29-yard line. It looks like Lenners once again split out to the right. Skidmore to the left. Offset I formation behind Anderson. As he sends Lenners in motion, they flip it out to Garcia to the right side. He cuts back, still on his feet up to the 35, and he's finally going to be brought down across the 40 up to the 41.
Nice job there by Garcia. There is a flag on the play, though. Then the realm was probably holding, but Garcia followed his blockers perfectly, got it behind one of them, just put his arm into him and gave him a push there at the last bit to get that little extra yards.
So we'll see what the call is here. If it looks like the Knights are starting to walk backwards, so it looks like it is going to be on the Knights. So instead of getting their first down of the ball game, now it's going to be 2nd down and long.
As that was going to be a big play there for the Knights and getting that first down. That was a big hole for Garcia to slip through, but now everything gets pushed back.
So holding on the Knights. Ball gets pushed all the way back to the 20-yard line. It's called second down and 19 with Leonard split out to the right. Skidmore to the left. 10:45 and counting left to go in the first half. The Smith Center Redmen lead the Sacred Heart Knights 28-0. Skidmore starts walking back towards the line here as he's going to line up in the slot. Shotgun set for Anderson as he's got one man to his left. That's Kaiser. Garcia to his right. There's a snap. Anderson looks right and looks left. Has Skidmore in the flats, just underthrows him as Skidmore tried to dive for that one. Could not haul it in. Going to bring up third down to 19.
As it was a good play, brought Skidmore back in, opened up room to the sideline. Skidmore went on a little 5 and out, had the steps that he needed to. That pass was too low. Otherwise, Skidmore had some room to work with if he would have caught that.
10:25 left to go in the first half as the Redmen bring in some different people in. Spees comes back in. Moss comes back in. Atwood and Montgomery both take a seat as Anderson brings trips to the left. One man to the right. Garcia stands to the right of Anderson in shotgun. Third down and 19 from their own 20. Anderson looks right, goes right, has his man, and it's caught over on the far sideline. That is Skidmore with the reception, I do believe. Or no, excuse me, that's Buckner. So Buckner gets the completed pass. It's not going to pick up the first down, though, so fourth down and 3. See what the Knights decide to do here as Moss comes back to the sideline. It'll be fourth down and 3 with 10:15 and counting left to go in this first half. 28-0 is our score. The Smith Center Redmen lead the Sacred Heart Knights. It looks like, well, Knights going to go for it here, Robbie, on this fourth down. They did not make the last fourth down that they attempted, so we'll see what happens here as they go twins left, twins right. Garcia stands to the right of Anderson. Gets the snap. He looks right, looks left, goes back to the right, has his man, overthrows him, out of bounds, turnover on downs.
The Redmen doing a good job on now. That pass was right where it needed to be, just a little high. Otherwise, the Sacred Heart Knights getting that first down on that one. But the Redmen doing a good job. They kind of set back a little bit, gave him a little bit of room, trying to bait their pass. And the Redmen almost had one guy get his hands on that as it's coming over the line.
So turnover on downs. It will be Redmen football. First and 10 from the Sacred Heart 36-yard line. 9:49 to go here in the first half. The Smith Center Redmen lead at 28-0. Buckmaster split out to the right. Wishbone set behind Trenton Colby. There's a snap from Montgomery. They come off the right side, and Trenton Colby keeps it himself, cuts back. He's at the 35. Fumble on the play, and Sacred Heart recovered it, but we'll see if they decided if he was down or not. Nope, they are going to say fumble on the play, Sacred Heart football.
As that was a big fumble there by Trenton Colby. He had the gap, tried to cut back a little bit on it, and was able to get the ball wrapped up as the Knights were going to the ground, able to pop down and out. Knights fall right on top of it.
So one play and turnover by the Redmen. So it will be Sacred Heart football at their own 36-yard line. With 9:39 left to go in this first half. Sacred Heart still looking for their first down of this ball game as they have it first and 10. Going right to left on your radio dial. Skidmore split out to the right. Winters to the left. Offset I formation behind Anderson as he'll be under center. Anderson gets the snap from Butts, hands it off to the running back, and he's going to be upended across the first down marker as that was McCartney on the carry, and he gets the first down of the ball game for the Sacred Heart Knights.
That was a big run by McCartney, able to cut it and then just hit the hole and just fly up the field very quickly to get that first down.
So 9:25 and counting left to go here in the first half. Hurry up offense now for the Knights. One man split to the left, one to the right. There's the snap. Anderson quick pass to Skidmore. Overthrows him, and it's going to bring up second down.
As that was a high pass, Skidmore able to get his hand on it, and thankfully he hit that one straight up, and it went right out into their coach's hands. Otherwise, the Redmen had a chance on that one.
9:18 left to go in the first half. The Smith Center Redmen lead it 28-0 over the Sacred Heart Knights. Second down and 10 from the Knights' 49-yard line. They're looking to get inside Redmen territory. They picked up their first down of the ball game on this drive. Now they're looking for more as they're trying to get that goose egg off the board here before halftime. As they go right to left on your radio dial, they pitch it out to McCartney around the right side. Picks up a nice gain here, but there is a couple different flags on the play, so we'll see what the flags are all about.
As one's in the realm of holding, the other one's out there about where the ball carrier went down, so that could be a personal foul on the Redmen, could be a face mask possibly.
So we'll see what the flags are. Holding on the Knights and holding on the Knights. So we'll see. They are talking to Hobelman. She'll want to go from that furthest back flag here.
I am sure that is where Holman's telling him, like, he was doing the right thing. He asked him, which one can we go off of? And the ref pointed to the one that's farthest back, and you have to push him back. So a good idea there by the senior-led captain out there, figuring out where they can push him back from and taking the better one.
So that pushes the Knights back to their own 41-yard line. Second down and long. Second down and 19 now for the Knights. 9:05 and counting left to go in the first half. Smith Center leads Sacred Heart 28-0. As it looks like timeout on the field by Sacred Heart. We'll take a timeout with them. You're listening to Redmen Football on 92.5 KQMA.
I'm an XL.
Yeehaw! It's time for some new slap and comedy as the Hillbillies have invaded the drama department once again at Smith Center High School. Only this time they're headed to Beverly Hills.
Hope you're enjoying these matches, this football game here. I'd like to thank our sponsors, some of who are here. Ray, Karina Hair Snake, John and Ella Sparks, Bloom's Embellishments Boutique, Midway Chiropractic LC, Farmers Union, Insurance, Craig Frank, the Holtis Boys, the Eye Care Center, Dennis and Judy Schmidt, Catherine McCary, 3rd Street Designs, Kingsbury Service, Marty and Rhett Kingsbury, Ken and Diane Depperschmidt, Neil and Karen and Herndon, Opal Hall Memorial, thank you, Eddie and the family, Simmons Rentschler Mortuary, Gary and Brenda Freeling, Jones Machinery, Midwest Family Health and Smith Center, LLC, John Over Miller, Kim and Burke Phelps, Michael Shannon McDowell, it's right law, beautiful downtown Smith Center, State Line Properties, the People's Bank, Huffman Floor Covering, Bernita Tompkins Memorial. Thank you all for the contributions. If you'd like to contribute, you can send money to Smith Center Junior Senior High, 300 Roger Barter Way, Smith Center, Kansas. For my birthday, I'd like you all to send $10, $15, $20,000 if you can, so we can buy a new camera. We're back in action.
That makes it even a
I
lot
say
better.
can't ask for much better. So it looks like Sacred Heart comes back out here. Anderson brings Twins to the left, Twins to the right. As McCartney standing to his left. There's a snap. Anderson looks left. He's going to go left, and he's going to overthrow Kaiser.
I was watching Austin Holman on that one. He done perfectly. He came upfield, seeing that he wasn't going to get to the quarterback before that pass came off, and just went up in the air trying to block that one down. He might have been able to get a partial tip on that with his hand, but not 100% sure.
So that brings up a third down and long. 9:01 left to go in the first half. The Smith Center Redmen lead the Sacred Heart Knights 28-0. Anderson brings them out. One man to the left, one to the right. I formation behind Anderson. They flip it to McCartney. He's looking to pass. He's going to pass the ball off, and it is fought for, and it's picked off. It is picked off by Joel Montgomery. The defensive tackle has an interception. He's at the 45, and he's going to be ridden down by Lenners at the Redmen 45-yard line. Look at the defensive lineman getting downfield and getting the pick, right place, right time.
That's all that was. Right place, right time as that ball went up. Good. I'm not sure which it was for the Redmen on the defensive back part of it. Went up, got it tied up, and then just a whole host of Redmen sitting there and popped that ball out. Joel Montgomery coming from that defensive tackle spot, just kind of following the quarterback back, playing like a linebacker, able to get there in the right spot, right time, and catch that ball and try to go across field to get upfield and try to get a pick six for him. But unfortunately, the Knights got him.
So it is Buckmaster split out to the right. Wishbone set behind Trenton Colby. 1st and 10 for the Redmen at their own 46-yard line as they go left to right on your radio dial. They hand it off to Maxwell, and he's going to pick up a couple. Up to the 49, so gain of 3 on the play.
Maxwell's doing exactly what he needs to do as a fullback, just slowly moving that ball, moving the chains, and this Knights defense, I'm sure they're not liking seeing that fullback come at him time and time again.
Although Cole Butts is the middle linebacker who has to meet him in the hole, and, well, he's not too worried about it. He's 6 foot, 220 pounds. He's just as big as Maxwell is, so I'm sure he's up to the task tonight.
I'm sure he is, but after a while, I'm sure a fullback coming at you every single play gets a little tiring.
As they're going to hand it off to Maxwell yet again. He's going to be brought down at the line of scrimmage, but there is a flag.
I'd say late flag coming in on that one. Not sure what this one's going to be, as Maxwell was already on the ground when that flag came flying in.
They are going to say holding on the Redmen, so it'll push the Redmen back. And they'll replay second down. 8:09 left to go in the first half. The Smith Center Redmen lead the Sacred Heart Knights 28-0 here at Hubbard Stadium. Pushes the Redmen back to the 41-yard line. The first down markers hanging out at the Sacred Heart 44-yard line. So second down and 15 for the Redmen. Kugler going to be split out to the right. Aaron Massa tied in on the left side. Again, going to be wishbone set for the Redmen behind Trenton Colby, as it is Ethan Peterson, Heston Maxwell, and Colby Benoit. Trenton Colby awaits the snap from Montgomery. There it is. Maxwell's in the backfield. They hand it off to Peterson. Peterson gets across the original line of scrimmage, and then not a whole lot more after that as Cole Butts blew that play up as he hit Heston Maxwell in the backfield.
Well, he's going to have to go out of play as his helmet came off as hard as he hit Maxwell, as that was a huge hit on Maxwell. Maxwell, well, wasn't much that he could do, but he didn't have to worry about it on that one as the ball was going somewhere else. But the Knights, they're out there in a 5-4 defense. They got 5 down linemen with the 4 linebackers that are playing about maybe a yard and a half, 2 yards off of that defensive line. So they're being right up there close.
So third down and 7 for the Redmen. Colby gets the snap from Montgomery. They hand it off to Peterson. He's going to drag a couple Knights players. He's going to be close to the first down, and then there's a late flag. Peterson showing his power on that one as he was hit about 3 yards short of the first down marker. Used his power, and he's going to be just right at the line to get here, as it's going to be holding on the Redmen. So all that for, well, nothing.
As you said it, though, Peterson showing his power as he got hit by a host of Knights there, able to push himself forward and get the first down, but unfortunately one of the teammates got called for holding, as I believe that was out in front of Peterson as well. One of the Redmen that got out there in front of him trying to block the safety, getting called for that holding.
So it's going to put the ball down at the 49-yard line. So after all that, they still gain a yard, and it's still third down. So they gain a yard, and they have to replay third down here. Third down and 6 for the Redmen now. Third down and 7. As again, wishbone set behind Trenton Colby. Buckmaster split out to the right. There's a snap from Montgomery. They're going to run the option play with Colby and Peterson. Peterson gets out in front. Colby's going to pick up the first down, and then he's going to step out of bounds. So nice read that time by the quarterback to pick up the first.
It really was a good read by Colby as he got to that outside. He seen that he had it, took off. Peterson getting out in front of him. Peterson has more speed than him, and just letting Colby run that one, get out of bounds, stop the clock, and also make sure that your quarterback doesn't take a huge hit.
So first and 10 for the Redmen. Ball going to be spotted at the Knights 41-yard line. 7:16 left to go in the first half. The Smith Center Redmen lead the Sacred Heart Knights 28-0. As the Redmen go left to right on your radio dial, it is Kugler split out to the right. Moss tied in on the left side. Wishbone set behind Trenton Colby. There's a snap from Montgomery. They come off the right side with Colby Benoit. Breaks the first tackle, still on his feet. Cuts back. He's at the 25-20. Nobody in front of Colby Benoit. Touchdown, Redmen.
And once again, a good block there by a wide receiver. This time it was Griffin Kugler. Came back, seen the guy turn, just leveled his shoulder into him. That popped Colby Benoit open out there on the field. And he just ran into the end zone with no defender close to him.
So back-to-back games for Colby Benoit with 3 rushing touchdowns. He had 3 last week. He's already at 3 this week with 7:07 left to go in the first half. Puts the Redmen up 34-0 with 7:07 left to go here in this first half as the Redmen come out to kick the extra point. As they get set here. Kick is up, and it is good. So the kick is good by Lambert. Puts the Redmen up 35-0. We'll take a timeout here. We'll be back with more second quarter action right after this as you're listening to Redmen Football on 92.5 KQMA.
So if you want to find out what's going on in Redmen Lady Redland, you can go to www.usd237.org. Click on the athletic calendar on the right-hand side or in the drop-down on your phone. Click the drop-down and it should show up there, and then you click on that and it tells you that the Redmen are playing at Sacred Heart at 7 o'clock tonight. Oops, guess what, that changed. Volleyball tomorrow, JV at Hayes High. Junior high tournament at Phillipsburg tomorrow. The middle school on Monday. C-Team Quad on Tuesday. Redmen are going to be in town. Smith Center taking on Great Bend in Phillipsburg. Come on out and enjoy some activities there on Thursday. Smith Center cross country is going to be in Ellis. So go Lady Redmen Harriers. Oh, SC_BIGRED1 is a Twitter account. You can check it out. And next Thursday junior high game at Hubbard Stadium and volleyball also. So come on out and enjoy Redmen, Lady Red. Of course, Redmen are going to be in town on Friday playing against Republic County, against the Buffaloes. And on Thursday and Saturday, Lady Red's going to be playing in Smith Center. The MCL tournament got moved to Smith Center from Ellis because of some health issues at Ellis, and they were understaffed. So you're watching Lady Red volleyball or basketball, football. We're watching something on www.usv257.org and Next Tech Channel 165.
Lambert's kick goes left to right on your radio dial. Lenners picks it up at the 20. Reverses to Skidmore, and Skidmore going to be hit, and he's still on his feet though. 30 pushed out of bounds at about the 35-yard line. As a couple different Redmen down there to try to bring him down, just could not quite do it. Skidmore, he's a big guy. You got to wrap up when you hit him.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Skidmore's a big guy, and the first Redmen tackler tried to just kind of push him, and Skidmore walked right through it. The other two, both of them hit him at the same time, which caused him to go out of bounds. Otherwise, Skidmore might still be trying to go down the sideline. The Knights using a little reverse there on the Redmen. The Redmen not used to seeing that used against them. They're usually ones using that, so the Knights throwing a little trickery at them.
So it looks like Lenners going to be split out to the right, Skidmore to the left. Anderson stands in shotgun. He's got Garcia to his left, and it looks like Kaiser to his right. The Knights go right to left on your radio dial. There's the snap. They hand it off to Garcia. Garcia is going to pick up a nice gain here on first down across the 40 up to about the 42-yard line.
Nice run by Garcia, finding the hole, catching off, and then going for 5 yards before getting dragged down.
So we'll call it a gain of 5, 2nd and 5 for the Knights. 6:40 and counting left to go in the first half. Smith Center Redmen lead the Sacred Heart Knights 35-0. Trace Lenners split out to the left. Looks like pistol set here for Anderson as he sends Skidmore in motion left to right. Kaiser stands to his left. Garcia behind him. They hand it off to Kaiser. Kaiser picks up the first down, and then about a yard more, he's up to the 49.
Kaiser got hit with a big pop at first, but one of the other Redmen coming from the other side held him up, so Kaiser got an extra yard on that one.
Looks like Atwood comes out, and Spees comes back into the ball game for the Redmen. First down and 10 for the Sacred Heart Knights as they have it at their own 49-yard line. They have not been in Redmen territory yet this ball game as they are knocking on the door now. Anderson going to hand it off to Garcia. He's hit in the backfield. He's going to be close to the original line of scrimmage, and that's about it.
I don't think Garcia got anything there. Tried to go over the pile, but there was a whole bunch of Redmen that closed that pile off quick and pushed him right back.
So, second down and a long 9 here for Garcia. Or for the Knights after the short game by Garcia as Lenners stands out here to the left. Looks like Buckner going to be out there to the right along with Skidmore. Buckner's a tight end on the right side. Offset I formation behind Anderson. There's the snap. They hand it off to Garcia again. He's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and nothing going there as he's brought down for a loss as I believe Peterson was the first one to hit him.
As Garcia trying to get to the edge there, but nothing going for him as Peterson quickly over there and just wrapping him up and dropping him down.
So third down and 11 here for the Knights. After the loss, great read there by Peterson from his outside linebacker position. 5 minutes and counting left to go in the first half. Lenners, Skidmore, and Kaiser split out to the left. Buckner to the right. Garcia stands alone back in the backfield. Anderson under pressure already, and Maxwell going to bring him down. Big loss on third down. Heston Maxwell with the sack.
Maxwell came flying upfield. Anderson rolled, seen Maxwell, and just stopped. He knew he was in trouble instantly, and Maxwell doing the right things, wrapping him up and pulling him down. Anderson, nothing he could do on that play to avoid Maxwell.
Did a good job of just seeing Maxwell and tucking the ball away and just not letting the ball get loose.
That's exactly right. Just hold that ball, get it into your gut, and don't let it come out because Maxwell, he came upfield untouched.
Lenners back to punt. Nice punt here by Lenners. Spiraling punt, going to go down and out of bounds over on the far sideline.
As Joel Montgomery came in quickly trying to get back to kind of block that one and just leveled one of the guys, the last line of defense for the punter on that block. So Montgomery flying upfield, and I'm sure the pads popping on that one might have made the punter get rid of that one and get it off to the side of the foot just a little bit.
So 1st and 10 for the Redmen, ball at their own 24-yard line. The Redmen go left to right on your radio dial. 4:11 left to go in the first half. Smith Center leads Sacred Heart 35-0. Kugler split out to the right. Wishbone set behind Trenton Colby, as it is Peterson, Maxwell, and Colby Benoit in the wishbone set behind Trenton Colby. There's a snap from Montgomery. They run the counter play with Benoit. Benoit off the right side, breaks the first 3 tackles, still on his feet, and the Knights can't bring him down as he spins forward up to the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Redmen.
Colby Benoit got hit at like the half-yard line going off of his line of scrimmage and spun every which direction over top of defenders to get that first down. As that was a huge hit and just kind of rolls everywhere. How he stayed up as long as he did, I don't know.
So 1st and 10 for the Redmen. Ball at their own 35-yard line. Redmen go left to right on your radio dial. Smith Center leads 35-0 over Sacred Heart. Again, 3:45 and counting left to go in the first half. Buckmaster split out to the right. There's a snap to Trenton Colby. They hand it off to Peterson off the left side. He's going to be hit in the backfield. Nice read that time, and I believe Trace Linder's the first one to hit him.
As well, that was a big run for Peterson trying to go across that 100-yard mark here in this first half, but got pushed back the opposite way. So Peterson not doing the way that he wanted to go, but good job by the Knights on reading that one and making sure that Peterson couldn't get back to the line of scrimmage.
So a loss of 2 on the play, going to bring up 2nd down and 12. 3:10 and counting left to go in the first half. Smith Center leads it 35-0. The Redmen will get the ball to start the second half as the Knights elected to receive the kick in the first half. So it looks like the Redmen have it. Kugler split out to the right. Wishbone set behind Trenton Colby. There's a snap from Montgomery. Fumble on the play, and I believe Colby Benoit able to jump back on it.
As I believe they went to fake it to Maxwell, and when Trenton Colby went to pull that back out, it kind of got hung up on Maxwell and just popped out to the ground. Good job, the Redmen were paying attention to that one and just fell on top of it.
So 3rd down and 13 as Kugler comes to the sideline. Buckmaster brings the play back in for the Redmen. 2.5 minutes and counting left to go in this first half. Smith Center leads Sacred Heart 35-0. Buckmaster will be split out to the right. Aaron Moss tied in on the left side. Wishbone set behind Trenton Colby, as that is Ethan Peterson, Heston Maxwell, and Colby Benoit. Colby gets the snap from Montgomery. Fakes the handoff, runs the option with Benoit, keeps it himself, and he's going to get up to about the 39-yard line.
Nice job there by Colby coming up the sideline, giving one little fake, cutting it back inside, and then just getting some yards off of it.
See what the Redmen decide to do here, as it's going to be the ball just short of the 40-yard line. So 4th down and 6 with 1:45 and counting left to go in the first half. Smith Center Redmen lead it 35-0 as it looks like Logan Zabel probably going to be coming in to punt this ball away. As looks like Hackert comes to the sideline. Zabel drops back to punt. Lenners drops back to receive said punt for the Sacred Heart Knights. So Redmen go left to right on your radio dial. 1.5 and counting left to go in the first half. And now we have a flag on the play. I believe it's delay a game on the Redmen. So that'll push them back a little bit. Oh, maybe the Redmen got a timeout called here. And, yep, they are going to say the Redmen got a timeout called just in time. So with 1:26 left to go in the first half, the Smith Center Redmen lead the Sacred Heart Knights 35-0. We'll be back with Zabel's punt right after this as you listen to Redmen Football on 92.5 KQMA.
Everybody yell! Go! Go Redmen! Everybody yell!
Hill Flames up 41.
Go Redmen! Everybody yell! Go! Go Redmen! Everybody yell! Go! Go Redmen! Everybody yell! Go Red!
We'd like to remind everyone there's a 5th quarter tonight right after the football game at the Nazarene Church, and it'll end at 8:30.
Logan Zabel back deep to punt for the Redmen. Trace Lenners back deep to receive the punt for the Sacred Heart Knights. Zabel punts left to right on your radio dial as he's looking. He's going to keep it himself, looking to pick up the first down, and he's going to be close as he was tightrope walking along the sideline. And Zabel, what a great read by the punter, as he's one of the fastest guys on the team, and he showed it there. He turned the speed on when he got to the outside. Picks up the first down, 1st and 10 for the Redmen. Ball at their own 49-yard line.
It's not very often that you can say that the punter's the fastest guy on the team.
I said one of.
I was changing what I said. One of the fastest guys on the team. And you're exactly right, though. He got to the outside, and the burners kicked on. And nice game by Zabel.
Minute 18 left to go in the first half. The Smith Center Redmen lead the Sacred Heart Knights 35-0. It is Kugler split out to the right. Wishbone set behind Trenton Colby as Aaron Moss is tied in on the left side. There's a snap from Montgomery. Colby back to pass, looking. He's got Kugler deep. Kugler's got a step. He goes up. He catches it. He's at the 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Redmen.
Big catch there for Kugler as he went over top of Buckner for even Buckner of the Knights, as Buckner had good positioning, but Kugler able to just out-jump and pull that ball in, avoid the tackle, and then just walk into the end zone. Great play there by Kugler.
Kugler showing he's got the ups, the athletic ability. It's in no doubt as Griffin Kugler went up over the 6'3 Buckner, picked it off the top of his right in front of his face mask, picked it up, and then turned on the boosters as Griffin Kugler found the end zone. 51-yard touchdown pass. Trenton Colby to Griffin Kugler puts the Redmen up. With a minute 9 left to go here. Kick is up. Lambert's kick this time is good.
Going back to that pass there. That was Trenton Colby's first pass of the night. He's 1-for-1 for touchdown. So good pass there by Trenton Colby. Not the prettiest of passes, but it worked.
So, the Redmen up 42-0. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back, bring you the rest of the second quarter right after this as you listen to Redmen Football 92.5 KQMA.
Okay. Sorry about that, everybody who's watching. The score is not 56. It's 42 to 0. So everybody who might have gotten excited, sorry. So Redmen pick up a takeaway there from on a 4th down play with Logan Zabel, and then come away with a pass to Griffin there. So hope you all enjoy these matches and enjoy these ball games, enjoy Lady Red Volleyball, and all the fun things we do at Smith Center Junior Senior High School and USD 237. Remember, Christmas concerts coming up in this end of November, 1st of December, so y'all can watch those. If you like what we're doing here, and we're trying to get a new camera, you can send money to Smith Center Junior Senior High School, 300 Roger Bottom Way, Smith Center, Kansas. It's my birthday, so my birthday present from everybody who's watching and all my Facebook friends. You can send $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 if you want to, and we'll put the money to good use. The camera looking at it costs about $2,600. So we're back in action. Lady Redmen football.
So it goes to Power. Power fakes the handoff. He's at the 15, up to the 20. He's hit there, right at about the 20-yard line. We'll see where they mark him down at. Looks like Montgomery, the first one to hit him. It looks like they're marking him all the way back at about the 17-yard line.
As the Redmen defense getting ready to come back out, they're looking to continue what they've been doing so far, and the Knights having troubles getting past that 50. They've been right up to the door of that 50-yard line to get across the field, 49.5-yard line, and the Redmen defense stiffen up there and don't let them through. So the Knights looking to get past that 50 here maybe on this drive.
So minute 3 left to go in the first half. Smith Center leads at 42-0. And it looks like Lenners is split out to the left, Skidmore to the right. Anderson under center with the offset eye behind him. They're going to hand it off to Garcia. He goes off the right side, picks up a couple on the play. Nice little gain on first down for the running back.
Garcia's doing, as the game's going on, he's finding those holes a little bit better and getting a little more yards off each one of them. So Garcia's kind of warming up here a little bit.
Garcia. Give him a pickup of 1, 3rd down, 3. Garcia. Zabel and Holman. 4th down, 3.
I'd rather do that than do myself. Lisa, are you cold? It's not colder than it was last week. It's not colder than it was last week. Oh my god, that hurt. Look at Casey's hair.
This hurts. Don't even talk about my hair, Vanessa.
Don't even talk to me, guys.
Please direct your attention to the track. We would like to take a minute and recognize our teammate board members, mentors, and mentees. Teammates is a school-based mentoring program started by Dr. Tom and Nancy Osborne 25 years ago. It serves over 9,000 matches in Nebraska, Iowa, South Dakota, Wyoming, and the only chapter in Kansas is in Smith Center, where we presently have 24 matches. We need your help in being a mentor or mentee. Please go to teammates.org or call Rob Buckmaster or Tim Wilson at the high school. We need you. Thank you, teammates, members, for making a difference.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for coming, guys.
Wait, I'm watching the wrong side. I know!
Yards and 35 seconds. With 7:07 left to go in that first half, the Redmen on the board again, this time a 41-yard run by Colby Benoit. The extra point by Lambert was good, capping off a 4-play drive that went 54 yards in a minute 40, making our score 35-0. Smith Center on top of Sacred Heart. Then with a minute 9 left to go in the first half, the Redmen on the board again, this time a 51-yard pass from Trenton Colby to Griffin Kugler. The kick by Lambert was good, making our score 42-0 after a 6-play drive that went 76 yards in 3 minutes and 2 seconds. That play by Colby to Kugler, what a great pass play that was. Griffin Kugler showed his athletic ability as Colby rolled out to the right. Kugler had the step on Buckner. Colby threw it up, let his big wide receiver go get it as Griffin Kugler just out-jumped Buckner, went up, picked it out from in front of his face, and then had the step as Griffin Kugler scored from 51 yards out. And the Smith Center Redmen on the board, making it 42-0. Robbie, got our stats ready to go?
Well, I think so.
All right.
Well, going through the passing side of things here for the Redmen, Trenton Colby, well, 1 pass, 1 reception, 51 yards.
That's good efficiency right there.
That's very good efficiency. Griffin Kugler was the one getting those 51 yards. On the rushing side of things, Trenton Colby with 3 rushes for 19 yards. Ethan Peterson, 5 rushes for 91 yards. Heston Maxwell, 8 carries for 25. Colby Benoit, 6 carries for 146 yards. Zabel with 1 carry for 7 yards. That was that 4th down play that he made it look like he was going to punt it, then he just had an open lane and took off down the sideline.
I think that was when they called the timeout, Coach Sass told him, if they're coming, punt it away. If you see the opening, take it. It's in my way, so I'm going to take it, pick up the first down for my team.
And it was a very good play call as well. You know, that rugby-style kick, that's exactly what it's for, is to allow that punter to get out there, and if there's no one there, they can take off with it. If they're coming, get rid of that thing.
See, Sacred Heart should have known something was coming because Logan Zabel's not a rugby-style punter. He's one of the traditional punters, gets it, takes his 3 steps, and booms it down the field. And when he started rolling, they probably should have realized something was coming.
I would agree with you.
I mean, that's just my opinion.
I would agree. I mean, with
I've seen this a little bit longer, though.
Well, with huddle and all those different things out there today, they should have watched enough film on them that they should have seen that, hey, you know, this isn't right. This isn't what this kid does. So big thing there for them is, you know, got to pay attention to what's going on with the play. Sometimes you got to break what the coach calls and go after it. And in that situation, one of the players should have done that.
Anyway,
but going over to the night side of things, on the passing side, David Anderson, he's not having a great night, but he's been under a tremendous amount of pressure through the air. He is 2 for 10 for 22 yards. Getting those yards is Ethan Buckner with 16 and Garcia with 6. On the rushing side of things, Anderson, I mentioned that pressure. Well, it's been getting to him. He has negative 30 yards rushing. Garcia has 13 and Kaiser with 7. So, I mean, there's not a lot of time for Anderson. He's been under a tremendous amount of pressure as, well, it's not just been one Redmen. It's been the defensive tackles. It's been the defensive ends. It's been linebackers. Everyone that seems to come through at some point in time has laid a hand on Anderson. So, Anderson, he's doing what he can to try to get away, just not able to break through for 3 or 4 different defenders.
All right, well, not a lot of yards in the first half for the Knights there. Looking at your stats, it's 12 yards altogether? And they haven't even made it into Redmond territory yet.
Yeah, they haven't crossed the 50 yet, and they've only had 12 yards. Going down to the rushing side for the Redmond, though, they have 281 yards through that first half unofficially, so doing a great job there, getting the yards where they can, and a lot of those have been big yard plays.
Well, you look at their touchdowns alone, 23 yards, 77 yards, 66 yards, and 41 yards on the ground, plus the 51-yarder through the air. So big plays tonight for the Redmen. They did have that 1 4-yard touchdown by Colby Benoit, but that was set up because they had the ball at the 17 anyway. So it wasn't going to be a very big play, even if they did bust it from there. And that's where we stand here in the first half. The Smith Center Redmen out big, 42-0 over the Sacred Heart Knights. Again, first game of district play. The Redmen showing up. They didn't allow a single point last year in the districts. They beat Sacred Heart last year in this matchup, 78-0. They're on track for that again this year. We'll see what happens in the second half. But first, we're going to take a timeout. We'll come back, take a look at some of the other games going on around the area tonight as you're listening to Redmond Football on 92.5 KQMA. Okay.
MCL score of note, Plainville 28, Lacrosse nothing.
Alpha Lane's up 48-14, end of third.
End of 3, the other District 5 action. El Saline 48, Belleville 14. next week, Smith Center High School Junior High is going to host a number of activities. Monday night, junior high football here.
Last spot.
Tuesday nights, there'll be a triangular varsity volleyball here, high school, and also at the grade school, so varsity JV action. Thursday nights, this is a change on the schedule. League volleyball, MCL League varsity volleyball will be hosted by Smith Center this year.
And go.
So Thursday night will be the first action. And then Friday nights, Republic County comes to town for varsity football action. Second game of
Up
District
big
5.
on Republic County right now. No real surprise, though, Robbie. When you look at this district, even before the season started, when you saw this district come up, I'm guessing a lot of people figured Smith Center, El Salina would be the two teams battling for the championship.
As it's kind of been the way that it's been the last couple of years with Smith Center and El Salina, they've been going back and forth, kind of trading that off and on. So, you know, like you said, they see that, okay, it's going to be kind of decided between those two. Put the new playoff system. That makes the other teams excited, though. Hey, we might have a chance to make it in here. So the biggest thing here is you got to win your districts to get the home field advantage going to the playoffs. And that's what the Redmen are trying to do. That's what El Salina's trying to do. Sacred Heart, well, they have a big comeback ahead of them if they want to try to do that. As
they have the offense that they could be able to, though.
They do. That's why I said they have the chance. But it's going to be tough. It's doable. It's doable. Smith Center put up 42 points in the half. Sacred Heart could as well.
Well, let's take a look at some of the other games going on of note. Looks like an 8-man action tonight in District 4 action. Southern Cloud is at Rock Hills, Pike Valley at Lakeside, and Tesket at Lynn. In District 5 action, the number 2 team in 8-man Division 2, Osborne. They are at Wilson. Northern Valley's at Sylvan Lucas. I believe the last score we had on that one, Sylvan Lucas was up on Northern Valley 14-0. The last update we have from there. The other game going on, Thunder Ridge at Logan Palco. That game in the sticker patch at Palco. As their only game that they're playing at Palco this year is against Thunder Ridge. I think it's some strategy there for the Trojans.
It might be.
That was a long time ago. It might not be a sticker patch anymore.
I doubt it. That place was always a sticker patch. No one liked to play there. We were talking about on the way over here. Best way to not get stickers is not go in the game or stay. Make sure you don't get tackled.
Yeah, just don't get tackled. That's how you don't get stickers. Don't get tackled.
It's a decent field, but it's just
there's stickers. A few sticker patches there.
There's a few sticker patches all over.
Well, hopefully you're trying to find us a Thunder Ridge score throughout the evening, as they just got started at 5 o'clock this afternoon. So see if we can't find a Thunder Ridge score throughout the rest of our second half. Other games going on tonight of interest in 8-man Division 1, District 7. The number 3 team in 8-man Division 1, Clifton Clyde. They're at Stockton tonight. Hill City's at Lincoln, and Washington County at Victoria. In District 8, number 4 team in 8-man Division 1, St. Francis, the Indians. They knocked off Hoxie last week and jumped up into the top 5, knocked Hoxie out of the top 5. They were number 1, got beat by St. Francis, and dropped all the way out of the top 5. You wouldn't think getting beat by St. Francis would knock you that far out.
Well, you wouldn't think so. St. Francis is normally a fairly decent team, and, well, you get beat, though, by them. I guess it's a big blow to you. Hoxie, I'm sure they'll be right back up there, though.
The Indians of St. Francis, they have a huge game tonight. They are at Wichita County against the Wichita County Indians. So another battle of the Indians, Wichita County. Maybe the surprise team of that district this year, as they are 4-1 on the year, 1-1 in district play, as they did lose to Hoxie, but it was a close game. So Wichita County trying to make some noise there this year in District 8. Trigo is at Decatur Community, and Rollins County is at Hoxie.
It's 3 a.m. and you're wide awake, hoping your business is secure from the newest security breach. But hope isn't a strategy. Effectiveness is. What would protect a mouse from a cat? Hope? Nope. But what if the mouse could track the cat's every move, see where it lives, see where it hunts? Advantage Mouse. Next Tech gets security. We designed our network and built it around the most powerful security in the world, which means you don't have to hope. You can just get a good night's rest. Keep it simple and leave your security to the experts.
I was in tears trying to get my hair up.
As halftime is winding down, Minor Smithson will receive the football.
How's your apples? Come on. That was hot. That was real hot. Too hot. How hot? Too hot? What made my nose run? It's so hot. Oh, don't worry. I have, I didn't eat that. Grab something. I waited in line for like 10 minutes in my house.
It'll come out. My red paint came out. That was white liner, so.
Lightning delay in Plainville.
But
Or La Crosse.
Yes, normal line.
West. Tiny little spot, it's the only thing out.
back at Hubbard Stadium. And Jesse Ray alongside Robbie Gibson. As we get set for the second half, Robbie, quickly, let's get your keys to victory.
Well, for the Knights, one of the things that I think they could do on offense is do some quick plays. The screenplay they came out with, huge, big yards for them right off the bat. I think that they could get back to some of those plays like that, little shovel passes, screen plays, get it out to their playmakers, get them going downfield with the ball quickly. That'll help them out. And then one of the big ones on defense, they got to wrap up. They've been making the hits. They haven't been wrapping up the ball carriers, and that's been big plays for the Redmen. On the Redmen side of things, they can't let up. They got a big lead. Don't let up. Don't let the Knights start fighting back into this. You got to keep the pedal down and continue going. On offense, control the clock. Those slow, methodical drives seem to work out for them, and the Redmen could use those to their advantage here in the second half.
All right, back deep to receive is Benoit and Colby. As Benoit picks it up at about the 15, he's going to keep it. He's got blockers in front of him. He's at the 25-30. 35-40. There is a flag on the play, though, as Benoit's across the 50. He's up to the 40. Still got blockers in front of him. 30, 25-20, 15, 10, 5, and touchdown Redmen. But I do believe this one's probably coming back, Robbie, as Colby Benoit, he's going to be like, guys, seriously, that's twice now that's happened.
That's two flags in the same spot, so two refs seeing the same exact thing. As, well, is that 2 times or is that 3 times?
2 times.
2 times? Okay.
The one against Norton counted.
Oh, yeah,
he got
okay.
that touchdown.
Okay, I forgot. I couldn't remember for sure. But, yeah, I'm sure Colby Benoit's looking at his guys, and he's going to ask Coach in practice if he can make them run since, I've been doing all this running. You guys are making me move back again. Can you guys run a little bit more in practice or something here, Coach? But either way, big play for the Redmen, getting brought back by another penalty. That's been something for the special teams. They get a big play like that, but it's due to a holding call, and they get pushed back.
So instead of the touchdown by Colby Benoit, it's going to be pushed back all the way to the Looks like 22-yard line. So the second time this season, Colby Benoit's touchdown on a kick return has been called back, and it will be Redmond football at their own 22-yard line with 11:42 left to go in the third quarter. The Smith Center Redmond lead the Sacred Heart Knights 42-0 as a Buckmaster split out to the right. Kugler in a quarterback. Wishbone set behind him. That is going to be Peterson, Maxwell, and Shoemaker. Kugler awaits a snap from Montgomery. There is a snap. They run it off the right side with Maxwell. Maxwell breaks the first 3 tackles and finally brought down by Butts, and he's going to get up to about the 28-yard line.
Tough run there by Maxwell. Got hit at the line of scrimmage, rolled off, breaking a couple tackles, and getting a nice gain of about, we'll say 6.
So it looks like second down and 4 as Trenton Colby comes in. He's going to be split out to the right. That's the thing. They have 3 quarterbacks and 3 wide receivers, and they can just switch them all around. As Kugler in a quarterback. Trenton Colby out wide this time. Wishbone set behind Kugler. There's a snap from Montgomery. They're going to hand it off to Maxwell again. He dives forward. He's going to pick up the first down, and that's about it as he's right at just past the line or past that first down marker.
As you know, I mentioned this a few years back with this 3 quarterback system. They could really do a throwback pass. Throw it out to the wide receiver, have the quarterback roll out to the other side, launch it back across the field on everybody.
And we finally got it last year, and it was called back by a penalty.
Well, now they got
2 years ago.
Now they got 3 quarterbacks and 3 wide receivers switching in and out. It could work easily here.
Stalker in at wide receiver. He split out to the right. Wishbone set behind Kugler. There's a snap. They hand it off to Shoemaker off the left side, and he's going to be spun down finally at the line of scrimmage. And looks like going to be fumble on the play, and it's recovered by Sacred Heart. So best starting field position for the Knights. They are finally in Redmond territory. They start at the Redmond 37-yard line. With a 10:44 left to go in this third quarter, the Knights are in Redmond territory for the first time in this ball game. As Winters is split out to the left. It looks like Kaiser and Skidmore to the right. Also, Buckner split out to the left. So twins left, twins right for Anderson as he has Garcia split standing to his left. There's a snap. And it looks like a whistle on the play. And encroachment on the defense. So the Knights able to pick up a few yards here. Redmond offsides this time.
As I'm thinking that might have been Griffin Kugler as I kind of watched him on that far side right in front of the ref. He looked a little close to the face mask of the Knights wide receiver out there as their face masks were almost touching, so I'm guessing he was offsides a little bit there.
So first and 5 for the Knights. Ball at the Redmond 31-yard line as the Knights go right to left on your radio dial. 10:40 left to go in this third quarter. Anderson in shotgun, man split to the left and one to the right. Anderson loses the handle on it. Now he's going to roll out to the right as he's looking just to get back to the line of scrimmage. He dives across the line of scrimmage, picks up about a yard, but there is a flag on the play as it's going to be holding on the Knights.
As well, in a broken play like that, a lot of times you get a penalty, and that one happened exactly there as Anderson, bad snap, got it under control. Garcia was sitting there waiting for the handoff, but by the time Anderson got the ball under control, there was no time to hand it off to Garcia, so he took off with it and, well, got a little hold as he got to the edge, but otherwise good broken play there for Anderson, turning it into a positive. Unfortunately for him, that penalty.
So it is a first down and long, so it went from first and 10 to first and 5, now first down and about 19.
Well, we're just going to, kind of like, wasn't it last week? We were stuck on the first down play forever, it seemed like.
So now here comes the Knights as Anderson sends trips to the left, one man to the right. There's the snap. Anderson under pressure by Montgomery, and Joel brings him down to the backfield. Now they are back in Knights territory as Joel Montgomery with a huge sack. It's going to bring up second down and forever now for the Knights as the ball spotted at their own 44-yard line. So the first down markers about the Redmond 27. So second down and forever. Looks like you're going to call it second down and 31 with the ball spotted at the Knights' 44-yard line. 9:50 and counting left to go in this third quarter. The Smith Center Redmond lead the Sacred Heart Knights 42-0. As it looks like Knights send twins to the right, twins to the left. And now we have a whistle. And going to be timeout called by Sacred Heart, so we'll take a timeout with them. 9:36 left to go in the third quarter. The Smith Center Redmen lead the Sacred Heart Knights 42-0. You're listening to Redmen Football on 92.5 KQMA.
You're watching the Redmen football on www.USC237 and X-Tech Channel 165. I'm Alan Donovan, along with Martin Baker and Greg Hubbard. I got the Wild Boys down here in the shed, chatting and having some snacks and beverages. So it's my birthday today, so if you'd like to contribute to help our efforts out, we're looking to purchase a $2,600 camera. So you can send money to Smith Center Junior Senior High, 300 Roger Barter Way, Smith Center, Kansas. We're back on action.
Twins left, twins right. Garcia going to stand to his right as he awaits the snap from Butts. There's a snap to Anderson. He looks left. He's going to go left. Has his man. It is Power. And incomplete as Colby Benoit in coverage that time for the Redmen.
That's a good job by Colby Benoit coming from that safety position. As there's a double move, fake to the inside. Power went right back up to the outside. And Colby Benoit came in from that safety position, provided great defense, and knocked that ball down.
Third down and long for the Sacred Heart Knights, and 9:31 left to go in the third quarter. The Smith Center Redmen lead the Sacred Heart Knights 42-0 as the Knights face third down and 31. Ball at their own 44-yard line. As we are getting set here for this play, Lenners and Skidmore going to be split out to the left along with Power. It looks like Buckner going to be split out to the right. Garcia stands to the right of Anderson. He's under pressure again, gets the pass off, and looks like Lenners does pick it up. And he's going to get all the way up to about the 45-yard line of the Redmen. So gain of about 11 on the play. He's going to bring up fourth down, however. We'll see what the Knights decide to do here. Lenners is a good punter, Robbie. He could easily put this one either touchback or maybe if he gets the right bounce, bury the Redmen deep in their own territory.
He is a really good punter. I wonder if he can do any like coffin kicking, get that thing angled to the far side of the field into that corner and put him down deep.
Benoit and Colby, the kick returners. And this one going to be rolled dead at about the 21-yard line as that one just missed his foot, I think. Didn't get quite the kick that he was hoping for, but it still works, put him down at their own 21.
I'm going to say that's a good field position flip there for him. I don't think it hit his foot like you said, like you wanted it to, but it wasn't a bad punt by any means, kicking it from almost the 50-yard line. You didn't want to get a huge punt on that one and put it back in the end zone, but you wanted to get enough of the flip field position. That's exactly what happened there.
Stalker can be split out to the right. It looks like Kugler is the quarterback. Wishbone set behind Kugler. There's a snap. They hand it off to Shoemaker off the right side. Breaks the first tackle. He's going to get up close to the 30 as he was the one that fumbled last time. They're believing in Colton Shoemaker here, Robbie. He fumbled last time. First play this drive. They hand it off to him again, and he gets a nice gain of about 7 on the play.
Well, the one thing that they got, I'm sure they told him before they went back out there on this drive is, guys, the ball's going to be a little bit slick. You're going to have to hold on to it a little bit better, a little bit tighter, pull into that your body a little bit more, and that should help you out. And that's exactly what happened there with Shoemaker.
We're seeing some substitutions here for the Redmen. The backfield is now Kirchhoff, Shoemaker, and Atwood behind Kugler. There's a snap. Kugler hands it off to Atwood off the left side. That's Kirchhoff with the carry. Up to right at the 30-yard line. So it's going to bring up third down for the Redmen. So third down and 3 for the Redmen as we'll try to get these substitutions in here for you. It looks like Rothschild in at right tackle. Looks like Dowling in at right guard. Montgomery is still the center. Timmons still the left tackle. Spees is now the left guard. There's a snap to Kugler. They're going to hand it off to Kirchhoff again. Looks like he's going to pick up the first down, still on his feet. The freshman fullback showing he's got some power here when he gets his opportunities.
Well, that's good. That means the future looks a little bit brighter for the Redmen. Seeing some freshmen get in there and well, using some power as they'll need someone to replace Maxwell next year, as you got a couple good guys coming up, and Kirchhoff showing that he could be a potential replacement.
So 1st and 10 for the Redmen. Ball at their own 33-yard line. Stalker split out to the right. Wishbone set behind Kugler. Again, that's Kirchhoff, along with Atwood and Shoemaker, the backs. Zabel, the tight end on the left side, as they await the snap from Montgomery. There it is. They're going to hand it off to Atwood this time off the left side. He's going to be hitting the backfield. Leonard's going to be the first one to hit him. So Leonard's going to be the big tackle for loss here. Ball going to be marked back at the 30, so 2nd down and 13. As we see Harrisnape taking some practice snaps over here on the Redmen sideline. Sure, at some point he'll be going in for Joel Montgomery. But right now, Montgomery's still in at center. It looks like Corey Limcool going to be split out to the right this time. 6.5 minutes and counting left to go in the third quarter. The Smith Center Redmen lead it 42-0 over the Sacred Heart Knights. The Redmen go left to right on your radio dial. And Kugler goes with the hard snap, and it works perfectly.
Well, that's the second time the Redmen went with that hard snap and drawing the Knights offside. So that hard count, well, we've said it year in, year out. It's in the Redmen playbook. They use it time and time again, and it works almost every time.
So the 5-yard penalty puts the ball right at the 35-yard line, the Redmen 35-yard line. So 2nd down and 8 with 6:15 and counting left to go in the third quarter. Limcool split out to the right. Zabel, the tight end on the left side. It's Kugler, the quarterback, with the wishbone set behind him. The Redmen go left to right on your radio dial. They run the counterplay with Shoemaker off the right side, and he's going to be followed up quickly as Butts in on the tackle. Also in there, a couple other Knights is Lenners and Michelson.
Shoemaker hit the hole and got hit by the Knights and drove sideways. Got a couple yards off of it, but not much, as the Knights quickly reacting to that hole and getting in there like they need to.
So 5:40 left to go in the first half. The Smith Center Redmen lead it 42-0 over the Sacred Heart Knights. Stalker split out to the right. Again, Zabel, the tight end on the left side. Wishbone set behind a Griffin Kugler, as that's Atwood, Kirchhoff, and Shoemaker. There's the snap. They handed it off. No, Kugler going to keep it himself as he's around the right side. He's at the 40. Spin move 45 and big hit over here on the near sideline, as that was Lenners with a big hit. But Kugler bounces right back up. 1st down Redmen.
Kugler hit a spin move, got past it, and Lenners right there as Kugler was spinning around, faced him up, and Lenners just leveled him. Lenners came up, shaking his head a little bit, still out there shaking his head a little bit, as that was a hard hit. Good to see both of them getting up off of it, and nothing really happened afterwards. Both teams just kind of, you good? Okay, go back out there.
Stalker split out to the right. 1st and 10 for the Redmen. Ball at their own 46-yard line. 5:05 and counting left to go in the third quarter. Redmen go left to right on your radio dial as Kugler gets the snap. Going to hand it off to Atwood. He's going to be bottled up again in the backfield as Lenners all over the place. He's in the backfield again on this play.
Lenners just quickly read that one and shot the gap, able to hit Atwood before Atwood could get any momentum going. Atwood's not a big kid, and Lenners just easily destroys Atwood in the backfield.
So loss of a few on the play. Going to call it 2nd down and 14 as Kugler and Limcool bring the play back in for the Redmen. 4.5 and counting left to go in this third quarter. The Smith Center Redmen lead the Sacred Heart Knights 42-0. 2nd down and 14 for the Redmen as Limcool split out to the right. Wishbone set behind Kugler. Is able to tight end on the left side. There's the snap. They hand it off to Shoemaker off the left side. And again, Lenners blows it up in the backfield as nothing going this time for Shoemaker off the left side.
Lenners is just coming on blitzes, getting to that backfield. As soon as the ball snapped, he's just flying through into that line and into the backfield. The Redmen running backs not able to get anything going before they're getting hit.
3:50 and counting left to go in the third quarter. The Smith Center Redmen up 42-0 on the Sacred Heart Knights. 3rd down and 14 as it is Stalker split out to the right. Wishbone set behind Kugler. Kugler awaits the snap from Harrisnape. There it is. They're going to hand it off to Shoemaker off the right side. Spins, and he's going to be pushed back by Michelson as Butts blew it up in the backfield. But Shoemaker able to spin off of it and pick up a couple on the play.
Shoemaker's trying every little bit that he can to keep this ball moving forward, but nothing going as, well, the Knights' defensive line is just completely massive to the Redmen second string line that's in there, and they're just blowing up in the backfield.
So it's going to bring up 4th down and about 12 with 3:10 and counting left to go in this third quarter. The Redmen lead it 42-0 as Zabel back to punt for the Redmen. Winters back deep to receive the punt for the Sacred Heart Knights. The Redmen go left to right on your radio dial. There's the snap. Zabel has time. Booms this spiraling punt. What a great punt by Zabel. It's going to bury the Knights deep as that's a touchback. My goodness, what a great punt that time by Logan Zabel. That's about a picture-perfect punt as you can get.
It was high, it was far, and it put the Knights clear back in their own. Unfortunately for him, no one got down there for the Redmen to pin him down there. The coaches are looking at him like, why didn't you try to stop that one? Zabel's just kind of giving him a shrug. Like, I was trying, but it didn't work, as that was a perfect punt for Zabel.
So the Knights take over at their own 25-yard line. 2:49 left to go in the third quarter, as it looks like Holman, he tried to get back in there on the defensive line, but coach is calling him over to the sideline, as it looks like Stalker's in the secondary. Colby Benoit still in the secondary. Shoemaker and at safety, and it looks like Kugler's still over there at the other corner. Kirchhoff, Peterson, and Zabel, the linebackers. Timmons, Atwood, Montgomery, and Dowling are the defensive line. Anderson sends twins left, twins right. McCartney stands to his right. There's a high snap. Anderson looks right. He's going to throw right, and he's going to throw it out of bounds.
As I believe they're going to get him with intentional grounding on that one, as there's a flag clear on the far side, so I'm not sure if it's going to be intentional grounding or holding on the far side there by wide receiver.
So we'll see what the flag is all about here. And let's see. Still no call yet. So it looks like it is going to be on the Knights, as we see some different Redmen coming in. As Raby coming into the ball game, I believe that was. Lemcool coming in. Montgomery comes out. Atwood comes out, as we're still trying to figure this flag out here. Excuse me, it was not Richardson. Oh, yeah, it was Raby. I did say Raby, didn't I? There's Raby in there on the defensive line. Dowling in on the defensive line. Also in there is Lemcool, and Rothschild is on the left end. Linebackers consist of Zabel still, along with Kirchhoff, also out there. We'll get the rest of them as soon as we can, as it is Anderson with the swing pass to McCartney. McCartney hit once, breaks the first tackle, still on his feet up to the 27-yard line, where he's hit out there by Stalker. Bring up 3rd down for the Knights. Excuse me, 2nd down for the Knights. Forgot there's a flag on play. 2:11 left to go in this third quarter. The Smith Center Redmen lead the Sacred Heart Knights 42-0. As it's going to be. Anderson under center here. Offset eye behind him. They're going to hand it off to McCartney. He's going to be brought down quickly by Rothschild.
McCartney trying to go right through the middle of the line. Rothschild quickly grabbed him up and just sat down, pulling him with him.
As Hendrick comes into the ball game. See who comes out here. Zabel's going to come out, so Kirchhoff moves over to middle linebacker. Also at a linebacker right now is Tice McKenzie. Looks like on the defensive line, Dowling along with Lemcool, Rothschild, and Raby. The secondary consists of Stalker, Kugler, he moved back to safety. Shoemaker, the other safety, and the other corner is going to be Sergio Lambert. Trips to the right, one man to the left for the Knights. The minute 10 and counting left to go in the third quarter, Anderson. And now there's a flag delay a game on the Knights. So that'll push the Knights back as they face 3rd down and 5. Now it's going to push them back.
It's Knights trying to get people put into the right position there. Got that delay of the game. Otherwise, they're sitting up, trying to get people moved around, trying to get everything set up. Just took a little bit longer than needed on that one.
So it's going to bring up 3rd down and a 10 now for the Knights. As they go trips to the left, or trips to the right, I should say. One man to the left. Anderson stands in shotgun. There's a snap. He looks right. Still looking right. Now he's under pressure. Dowling, sack fumble, and the Redmen cover it up. I do believe. We'll see. And it does. It is going to be Redmen football, I believe. So Dowling with the sack fumble, and what a great play by the defensive end. Dowling wearing that number 64, the 6 foot, 190-pound junior, showing some signs of an old number 64.
He came through that line and just seen the quarterback's back and buried his face mask into his numbers, drilling him hard enough the ball pops out. A couple of the Redmen's trying to pick it up as the ball's squirting out of there. Got a couple extra yards off that fumble by them trying to pick it up, able to cover it up and get their offense back out on the field.
So the Redmen come back out with Kugler at quarterback, Kirchhoff, Atwood, and Shoemaker. The wishbone set behind a Kugler. They're going to hand it off to Kirchhoff, and he's going to be hit right away as that was a low snap to begin with, and Kirchhoff able to get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about it. So 2nd down and 10, as it looks like into the ball game, as Tice McKenzie on the offensive line. Rothschild going to be the right tackle. Harrisnape will be the center. Limcool comes back into the ball game. He'll be split out wide. So Rothschild the right tackle, Dowling the right guard, Harrisnape the center, Spees the left guard, is able to tight end on the left end. They're going to hand off to Shoemaker off the right side, breaks the first tackle, and he's finally tripped up, but he's going to get across the 10 up to about the 6. And that's how the third quarter ends. The Smith Center Redmen lead the Sacred Heart Knights 42-0. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back, wrap up the third quarter, and to take you into the fourth quarter right after this as you're listening to Redmen football.
You're watching Redmen football on www.usd237.com and Next Tech Channel 165. I'd like to thank Next Tech for allowing me to use my phone at some locations because we ran into some problems on occasion. And we tried to use the local internet, and the internet just wasn't working there. Remember, Next Tech has all your needs: wireless, cell phone, security systems for the home and the office, the businesses, business technology services. That's where I work at. Security services and landlines for your homes. So call Next Tech, www.next-tech.com, and check out all the offerings there. You're watching Redmen football on www.usd237 and Next Tech Channel 165. I'm Alan Dudda.
The first down marker hanging out down there about the 2-yard line, so we'll call it 3rd down and long here for the Redmen. As there's a snap to Kugler. They're going to hand it off to Atwood. He tries to bounce to the outside. Nothing going there. As a couple different Knights in on the tackle that time, so it's going to bring up 4th down for the Redmen.
Atwood trying everything that he could to get to the outside on that one, but the Knights quickly out there and making sure there was no hole for Atwood once he got to the outside to try to go upfield. Kept him going east and, or, well, sideways there, north and south on this field. And, well, didn't work for him as they bottled him up quickly.
Limcool split out to the right. Wishbone set behind Kugler as that is Lambert, Kirchhoff, and Shoemaker. 4th down and long here for the Redmen as Kugler back to pass. Looks for the end zone, has his man, and it's caught! Logan's able to haul that in. Touchdown, Redmen!
Great catch there by Logan Zabel right on the sideline. Nowhere else for that ball to be put other than on the sideline. Perfectly put for Zabel. Zabel hauled it in, made sure both feet were in bounds on that one. Good catch by Zabel.
So Zabel catches the touchdown. What a great throw by Griffin Kugler. He put that where only Logan Zabel could catch it. As we watch the replay, they had a man in coverage. Logan Zabel hauls it in. That's a touchdown in the NFL as he had 2 feet down with possession of the football.
2 feet down, and he was still running inside the end zone. It was a little bit farther out than I thought it was, as from up here it looked like it was right on the sideline, but there wasn't a whole lot of room for it to go. As the kick is up, and it is good by Lambert.
So that puts the Redmen up now 49-0 with 11:16 left to go in this fourth quarter. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back with more fourth quarter action right after this as you're listening to Redmen football on KQMA.
Well, not sure who the kicker is on that
Lambert.
one. Lambert's.
Oh, no, that is
I'll say that didn't look like
that's
Lambert.
Freddie Lambert. I knew it was a Lambert, just not which one. As Sacred Heart brings it all the way back up to about the 37, 38-yard line.
I said that's not the Lambert that's been out there. I wasn't sure which one that one was. I couldn't see his numbers very well.
It was a Lambert. I just didn't say the right one. So it looks like they're going to be starting at the 38-yard line as the Knights face a running clock here. So 1st and 10 for the Knights as they go left to right on your radio dial. One man split out to the left, one to the right. That's Skidmore to the left. Anderson under center. Offset I formation as they're going to run the counter. And finally brought down at about the 40-yard line. So gain of a couple on the play for the Knights. 2nd down and 8 as that was on the carry, Garcia.
Garcia running right into the back of one of his offensive linemen, trying to get around it, but one of the Redmen able to wrap up both the offensive linemen and Garcia and pull both of them to the ground.
Getting running clock here for the remainder of the ball game as the Redmen up 49-0 over the Sacred Heart Knights. Offset I behind Anderson as he's under center. There's that's Himmer back in at quarterback now as Garcia going to get up across the 45 up to the 46-yard line. 3rd down and 3, so Himmer in at quarterback now. Mac Himmer, the 5'7", 165-pound sophomore in a quarterback. As the Redmen have Rothschild, Freddie Lambert, along with, let's see, who else is in there? It looks like Seltzman in at defensive tackle, and Dowling still the other defensive end. So we'll continue to try to get all these players in for you for the Redmen. Himmer going to hand it off to Garcia again. And he's going to be hit at the line of scrimmage, falls forward, and looks like they're going to mark him just short. So we'll see here what they mark it out.
I'm going to say, oh, nope, the refs are going to say he got it. I was going to say he's just a touch short, but the refs looking at it, saying that he got it.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Knights, as it is Harris Nape, along with Seltzman, Raby, and Dowling on the defensive line, Stalker, along with Limcool, and Freddie Lambert. Also back there in the secondary is going to be Wilkinson, as the Knights run the ball again off the right side, as this time it is going to be Kaiser on the carry.
As Kaiser, he had a big hole going through there, able to just kind of explode. 2 Redmen tacklers, last one's in line to tackle him, able to bring him down.
Kirchhoff, Hendrick, and also in a linebacker is Jacobs. Also in the game now is Nolan Lehman. He's in there as well at defensive end. So 1st and 10 for the Knights. Ball at the Redmen 38-yard line. 8:20 and counting left to go in this 4th quarter. As Himmer back to pass. Quick pass, has his man, and it's caught and brought down quickly. But a nice pitch and catch there, as that was Gilliland on the catch. It is going to bring up 2nd down. So 2nd down and 3 for the Knights with just under 8 minutes left to play in this 4th quarter. The Smith Center Redmen lead the Sacred Heart Knights 49-0. As the Knights marching here, they have the ball at the Redmen 31-yard line. Himmer runs the play in for the Knights. As we have an update from the Phillipsburg-Ellsworth game, the Panthers already up 21-3 on the Bearcats. Now we have a whistle, timeout called by Sacred Heart. We'll take a timeout with them as you're listening to Redmen football on 92.5 KQMA.
Okay, nope.
Let's go! Redmen, let's go! 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 Let's go, Red!
and go.
Welcome back to Hubbard Stadium. Jesse Ray alongside Robbie Gibson as the Smith Center Redmen lead the Sacred Heart Knights 49-0, 7:36 left to go in this ball game. As the Knights have it, 2nd down and 3 from the Redmen 31-yard line. Hemmer brings the offense out. Power going to be split out to the right. One man to the left. Pistol set for Hemmer. Garcia stands behind him, and Kaiser stands to his left. There's a high snap, and it is going to be recovered by Hemmer. And he's going to be marked down behind the 40 at about the 41-yard line. So loss of 10 on the play, 2nd down, or he's going to bring up 3rd down, and about 13.
As that snap went straight up in the air, Hemmer jumped up, able to get a fingertip on it, and the ball went over top of his running back's head. Hemmer able to get on top of that as he had a host of Redmen right behind him falling on top of him.
So 7:05 in county left to go in this ball game. The Smith Center Redmen lead the Sacred Heart Knights 49-0. As Faber going to be split out to the left, Power to the right, offset I formation behind Hemmer as he's under center. There's a snap. Hemmer pitches it to Garcia around the left side. Garcia hits the outside. He's still on his feet. Going to pick up the 1st down and then some as Garcia picks up the 1st for the Knights.
Garcia using every little bit of speed that he had to get to that outside edge, able to get there and then just outrun some of the Redmen down the field, getting pulled out of bounds at the last minute.
6.5 and counting left to go in this ball game. The Smith Center Redmen lead the Sacred Heart Knights 49-0. As we await the Knights to break their huddle here. 1st and 10 from the Redmen 24-yard line. Trips to the right. One man split out to the left. That is going to be Elmore split out to the left. Hemmer going to hand it off to Garcia right up the middle. And Garcia lowers his shoulder, picks up the 1st down and more.
Garcia had a giant hole going through there as there was no Redmen in the middle of that field. Garcia had one tackler to beat, and he was off to the races to the end zone, but that tackler able to grab a hold of ankles and bring him down.
So it looks like going to be 1st and 10 from, well, just outside the 10. Those of that ball grazing the 10-yard line. So 1st and 10 from the 10. The Knights are going to be able to pick up a 1st down without actually having to score here. One man to the right, one to the left. Offset I as they pitch it to Garcia around the right side. He's going to be hit in the backfield as Limcool hits him in the backfield. Nice job there by Corey to bring him down.
Corey Limcool doing a nice job coming in there, breaking down as Garcia tried to cut back on him. Limcool able to hit that hip and just roll him down. Good defensive play by Limcool.
So, a couple different Redmen coming in yet again here as they continue to switch out defensive players. 5 minutes and counting left to go in this ball game. The Smith Center Redmen lead the Sacred Heart Knights 49-0. As Power split out to the right. One man split out to the left. Again, offset I formation behind Hemmer. There's a snap. Hemmer hands it off to Garcia. Garcia breaks the 1st tackle, still on his feet, dragging Redmen players all the way down inside the 5, down to about the 2-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd down and short here for the Knights. 3rd down and about 2 with 4.5 and counting left to go into this ball game.
Garcia doing a nice job. He hit the hole, spun one defender, tried to spin off this next one, but the other one able to hold on. Not sure who that was, as there was a whole host of people in front of us where we couldn't see who it was, but they held on and pulled Garcia down.
So, 3rd down and 2. Hemmer hands it off to Garcia. Garcia going to be hitting the backfield. He's trying to back his way in as now there's just a big scrum down along the goal line, and it looks like he's going to be short. Going to bring up 4th down, and let's see if they call it 4th down or if they make it call it a 1st and goal here. Looks like 4th down and very short for the Knights. So 3:44 left to go here. Hemmer under center. There's a snap, low snap. It's on the ground, and it's going to be recovered. Either way, it's turnover on downs. Redmen football, Robbie. Yet again, the second team defense. That time, a little bit of luck on their side, but the second team defense, they get back down to the goal line in a couple games this year, and they come up strong for this defense and continue with the shutout with 3:36 left to go.
Which that shows how much they appreciate what the varsity does for them is, you know, it's that bend but don't break mentality. Varsity has it. We're going to have it as well. This time they banned, got a little bit of luck. Otherwise, the Knights might be dancing around in the end zone right now. But this time, Redmen got a little bit of luck on their side and got that ball on about the
2-yard line.
2-yard line.
That's what I'm going to call it anyway.
I was trying to look where they're at, and it looked about in between there, so we'll go with 2.
1st and 10 from the 2 as Kugler in at center. Wishbone set behind him. There's a snap. They're going to hand it off to Lambert. Lambert breaks the first couple tackles and he's going to be brought down about the, I'll call it about the 3-yard line, so gain of 1 on the play. 2nd down and 9 for the Redmen. As Limcool comes back into the ballgame. Now, again, bunch of different Redmen coming in and out of the ballgame. A little bit of confusion there. It looks like they got it figured out now. 2:45 and counting left to go in this game as Limcool split out to the right. Wishbone set behind Kugler as Zabel is a tight end on the left side. There's a low snap. Kugler just picks it up. All of a sudden, Kugler's in the opening. He's in the 15, and he's going to be drugged down right there at the 15-yard line. Now there's a late flag, as this should be a horse collar on the defense, as that was on the tackle, Gilliland. So Kugler made a whole lot of something out of a whole lot of nothing as that ball was low. He picked it up in his own end zone. Then all of a sudden, Kugler had a wide open grass in front of him.
He made one little move like he was going to go outside, and all of a sudden cut it back inside. Made 2 different defenders cut to that outside. He had a big gap and took off. Gillen came up, grabbed him behind his back on his shoulder pads and just pulled him down. Otherwise, Kugler was off to the races with no one in front of him.
So it's going to bring up 1st down and 10 from the Redmen 20-yard line. So that worked out pretty good for the Redmen. The ball all the way up to their own 20 now as Stalker split out to the right. And at tight end is going to be Nolan Lehman, the 6'3", 160-pound freshman. Wishbone set behind Kugler. 2:10 and counting left to go into this ball game. There's a snap. They're going to hand it off to Shoemaker. Shoemaker still on his feet. He's at the 40, 45-50, 45-40. One man to beat. Nobody's catching Colton Shoemaker as he's at the 15, 10-5. Touchdown, Redmen.
Hey, there's no longer either on this one. So Shoemaker gets a big play. Had to break a couple double tackle there as he went through the middle of the line. Hit him perfectly solid with his shoulder pads low and just broke through. And then it was off to the races for Colton Shoemaker and walked into the end zone. Great play by Shoemaker.
Well, all of a sudden, it was Ethan Peterson with the 66-yard touchdown run, was the longest of the season for the Redmen. Colby Benoit had a 77-yarder earlier in this game. Well, now Colton Shoemaker has the longest touchdown with an 80-yarder here with just over a minute and a half left to go in this ball game.
As that was a huge play for Colton Shoemaker. I'm sure he's going to get jumped on by his teammates if he didn't. So, good play by Shoemaker.
As the Redmen handed off to Lambert. Instead of kicking the extra point, he's trying to get the 2-point conversion. Fumbles it. Picked up by Kugler. No good on the 2-point conversion. So, with about a minute 15 left to go in this ball game, the Smith Center Redmen lead the Sacred Heart Knights 55-0. We'll be back with more fourth quarter action right after this as you're listening to Redmen football on 92.5 KQMA.
And go.
Welcome back to Hubbard Stadium. Jesse Ray alongside Robbie Gibson. As it looks like about 23 seconds and counting left to go in this ball game. The Smith Center Redmen up 55-0 after an 80-yard run by Colton Shoemaker. That drive started at the Redmen 2-yard line. It was a horse collar tackle. He got the ball all the way out to the 20-yard line, and then Colton Shoemaker did the rest. 2 plays, 98 yards in a minute and 34 seconds. As the Redmen just get the kick off. As Freddie Lambert got the kick off, the Knights pick it up at about the 28. They still can't pick it up, and that's how the ball game ends with a botched kick return by the Sacred Heart Knights. The Redmen win it 55-0 over the Sacred Heart Knights. That's going to do it for this ball game. We're going to take a timeout. We'll be back to wrap things up here from Hubbard Stadium right after this as you're listening to Redmen football 92.5 KQMA.
We are.
Okie dokie.
Okay.
Right over here. No. Okay.
I got the feeling we are the something. I got the feeling we are the something.
What do I know about legal stuff?
It's 3 a.m. and you're wide awake, hoping your business is secure from the newest security breach. But hope isn't a strategy. Effectiveness is. What would protect a mouse from a cat? Hope? Nope. But what if the mouse could track the cat's every move? See where it lives. See where it hunts. Advantage Mouse. Nextech gets security. We designed our network and built it around the most powerful security in the world, which means you don't have to hope. You can just get a good night's rest. Keep it simple and leave your security to the experts.
Is that 56 to 0 final score? Is that 56 to 0 final score? Okay, go start. Help and tear down. Go get the tripod. Go get the tripod.
I got it. Mr. Al giving us orders. Be a future filmer.
Melvin, come on.
For the. Okay. Done dreaming.
Go get the tripod. That's about all you got now. Good job, Marty. Very impressive.